And this last thing is one of the most important, and it's probably one of the most annoying. What's up, it's Sierra LaFay. Welcome to my channel. Wanted to just do a really quick, easy video for those of you who are looking to grow your hair in 2025. These are gonna be my tips I suggest that should really help you with growing and maintaining your length. If you guys are new to my channel, this year, within the past 6.5 months, I was able to grow and retain 3 inches, not including 3/4 of an inch to an inch that had to be trimmed. But yeah, these are some things that I highly suggest that you put into practice as we begin the new year, and these things I will be putting into practice as well, so that way I can see how much length I'm able to retain in the entirety of 2025. But yeah, let's just get right into the video. Okay, so this first tip is probably one of the most important tips out of them all, and this is something that I learned. Once I learned it, that's what made my hair growth finally accelerate and take off. Know your hair's porosity, and then find the products for that porosity's hair type. Now, there are different ways for you to be able to try to figure out your hair's porosity, but a lot of the times you can misinterpret your hair's porosity, because I've done these little at-home tests and I thought my hair was a medium porosity, but when I did a shoot for Ulta and the professional hairstylist did my hair, she let me know that my hair was actually high porosity. So the best way to figure out your hair's porosity, in my opinion, is to just go see a professional at least one time. But once you know your hair's porosity, you're able to do the research of what products that hair's porosity likes. And then once your hair is receiving those right products, it is able to truly thrive. And if you're a high porosity hair girl like me, I do plan on doing a video very soon of the products that my high porosity hair loves. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell if that's something you want to see. But yeah, simply know your hair's porosity and make sure to get the products that will cater to the hair's porosity. That's going to make a huge difference. And also the styling methods that your hair porosity likes. There's already so much info and research done with hair's porosity, so you really don't have to do too much in trying to figure out what your hair will need after you figure out its porosity. The next thing you want to focus on is your diet and exercise. You all have seen how huge of an impact that juicing has been with growing my hair, so of course I'm always going to advocate towards juicing. I have a whole video of the juicer that I use and some of the juice recipes that I do for my hair in particular. But if you're not trying to juice right now, simply incorporating more foods that are truly beneficial for your health, from plenty of fruits and vegetables, take your vitamins, drink a whole lot of water. And then with exercise, you can literally do something as easy as walking. Just walking 30 minutes a day is going to make a huge impact, not just in your hair, but in your overall health. But you want to do something that is going to stimulate blood flow and circulation. Next thing you want to do is protect your hair. Not only with protective styling, because you can still grow your hair out even if you don't want to wear your hair in protective styles. What I'm suggesting is to try to minimize the amount of friction that your hair has with certain elements, such as your clothing, especially in the winter time with wool coats. Even when you're around the house, try to clip your hair up, try to wear bonnets. Not necessarily all the time, because there are some days where it's just like, I want my hair to be out, I want to appreciate my hair. But for example, I have a velvet headboard and I like to lay my head back on here while I'm working on my computer. It's best that I put on a bonnet, so that way my hair isn't rubbing against the velvet, causing more damage and friction and breakage, because it's the little things that actually add up to the breakage over time. So you just want to be very mindful into making sure that you're protecting your hair kind of every chance that you get. And then if you are going to put your hair up, use a claw clip as opposed to a ponytail holder to help with minimizing the breakage that a ponytail holder will bring. This next thing, I'm really surprised I'm saying this, but this is how much you can change and evolve, because I used to be so anti-hair trims, but now I'm such an advocate for them. Just make sure that you're getting your regular trims for what your hair may need. If your hair is pretty healthy, it's not something you're going to have to get very often. But I have found with me that getting a trim about every 2 to 3 months so far has actually aided very greatly in helping me to retain more length. But honestly, just keeping the hair trimmed regularly, and it doesn't have to be a whole inch off every time you get it trimmed. It could be a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. But I find that it just helps me to retain more length, and my hair looks a lot fuller and healthy when I do so. I guess with getting regular trims, it's going to help with preventing split ends from traveling up the hair strand, which is going to cause further breakage. And this last thing is one of the most important, and it's probably one of the most annoying, but you have to be consistent and you have to be patient. Once you find the key products that your hair likes, the styling that it likes, the diet and exercise that your body responds well to, you have to do this consistently for months and months and months at a time. So for example, let's say you want to grow your hair 3 inches in 6 months. God willing, that 6-month mark is going to come, whether you're putting in the practices or not. But if you put in those practices within the 6 months, you are going to reap the benefit of the results of the practices you put into place every single day. So you just have to make note that it really is going to take a lot of patience and consistency of you doing the necessary practices to get you to your end goal, but it will pay off, I promise. So I hope these tips help. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until the next one.